Welcome back to the Yo Hockey Show, and today I am talking about the Buffalo Sabres and their trade deadline assignment. Now, the trade deadline coming up March 3rd is only a couple weeks away, and the Buffalo Sabres are one of those teams that you can look at to see probably making some moves. Some teams, a lot of the teams probably won't be making that many moves or any at all, but the Sabres are one of the teams that you could see go all in or nothing. So instead of making a video saying that they should do nothing, I'm going to take it the option of them going all in. Maybe not all in, but at least trying to make the playoffs. So they're 21st in the league right now, 26, 22, and 4. So they're like barely above 500. But right now they're 6 points from a wild card spot. But the thing is that they have 4 to 5 games in hand in the teams in wild card spots. Right now it's held by the Penguins and Capitals. The Penguins, with the number 1 wild card spot, have played 53 games, so they're right above Buffalo, who's played 52. But the Capitals have played 57, so they've got 5 games before the Capitals that they have in hand that they can catch up with them, right? In fact, the 2 games that they've got coming up is against the Ducks and was it the Blackhawks? It was definitely the Ducks and one of the lower teams, right? So those are teams that they got a pretty good opportunity to win against. And then after that, they got a tough schedule against the Maple Leafs, the Panthers, and the Lightning. So they got 3 division rivals, but those are the type of teams that you need to beat and win, and those are the 5 games you got in hand. I'd like to see what the Sabres can do and prove that they're a playoff team. And I think they need some backup for it. So to prepare them, and I think they do have a good chance of making the playoffs, especially with how shaky some of the teams in front of them are. I think they have a good chance of making it, especially if they make some moves. So I think they should go for it, and I think the biggest thing going for them is how exciting the Sabres have been this season. Everyone's talking about them, or at least the beginning of the season they were. People like Tage Thompson, who I called, go back, look at my Buffalo preview video like 7 months ago. I called Tage Thompson was going to be a superstar, and look at him. Called it. Go back. I got proof. Rasmus Dahlin being a superstar defenseman. The whole team really just coming together. I mean, guys like Jeff Skinner bouncing back with 20 goals and 30 assists for 50 points. The whole team's coming together. All these young guys like Cousins are also are glowing up, I guess. And Tage Thompson, the leader of that team, right? So the Buffalo Sabres, so exciting. Everyone loves watching them. Their jerseys are beautiful. They're doing everything right, except they're right outside the playoffs, and I think they should go all in. And they have $18 million in cap space, according to Cap Friendly, which I think that's what the numbers mean. I'm pretty sure that means that they have $18 million to spend, and I'm sure I'm missing some sort of caveat. There's something going on there, but they've got a lot of money. They got a lot of cap space to actually bring in some guys. So there's a lot of talk right now for a guy like Patrick Kane who wanted to go to the Rangers. Didn't happen, but now there's talks about him going to the Maple Leafs. Probably just big news for Toronto fans to try to bring him in to read their article and get the clicks. But for a team like Toronto, I don't know if they could actually make that move. I mean, they've got I don't know what money they could move out to bring in a guy like Patrick Kane for a rental. And Buffalo is the perfect place for them. They're already exciting. Everyone wants to see Buffalo succeed. I don't think there's any Buffalo naysayers out there, or at least not a lot of them. Most people are cheering on for them. They're excited about them. And they've got the money. Other teams don't. And right now, Patrick Kane with a $10.5 million cap hit, they could even retain some of that money. Buffalo could easily bring him in without a problem when it comes to cap space. And he is from Buffalo. Patrick Kane is. So they need to bring him in, reel him in, go in for that playoff spot. And this is the type of team that I think how young and excited they are. And they're also not pushovers either. I mean, they're guys that are popping out. Guys, Tage Thompson, Dylan Cousins, they're not small guys. They're not going to be the type of young guys like a Jack Hughes. They make it to the playoffs. They're not going to be that. They're going to be kind of pushovers, which I don't really mean by that is whatever, you know what I mean. They're going to go in. They're going to be hard to play against. You got a huge guy like Tage Thompson playing against you. He's going to be ready for playoff hockey. You know, he's going to be ready for that grittiness, right? And Patrick Kane brings in that veteranship. I mean, we all know what Patrick Kane brings. Bring him onto that team. See what Tage Thompson, his hands are freaking beautiful. Could you imagine Patrick Kane, probably the best hands of all of hockey history, and Tage Thompson, those two guys playing together for Buffalo? The hometown kid and the new kid, it would just be beautiful to see, and I think they should go for it for the playoffs. But they don't even need to stop there. They don't even have to have Chicago retain salary for them to still have cap space. So I think they should go in for one of these soon-to-be free agents in Timo Meier or Dylan Larkin. I think Buffalo needs at least one more kind of core guy. And Dylan Larkin, I know I'm skipping ahead of past Meier right now, but Dylan Larkin, I hear the rumors are that there's not been a lot of talk between them and him in Detroit, the team, whatever, and to get a new contract going for next season. And I think Buffalo, with that second-line center, which I know Dylan Cousins already is, but bringing in that kind of veteran, I guess Dylan Larkin is a veteran at this point, which is weird to think about, but bring him in. He's got that speed as well. Could you imagine putting him as like the right wing to Tage Thompson, let's say, and then his speed going down the ice, pass it over to Thompson, who makes a crazy move, and then barrels the net? Like, I just think that would be such a perfect combination right there. Larkin or Kane or Timo Meier, a goal scorer, right? Bring in Timo Meier. He's on already a 40-goal scorer on the Sharks. Bring him in. You've got Thompson and Meier. You've got 2 goal scorers. I just think this is a beautiful relationship that they could have easily with all these teams, because Buffalo, they don't have to worry about the cap space. They can just bring in anyone, and their future is bright. So they can now afford to trade away like a first-round pick, because these young guys are booming right now, right? And they've got some more coming up as well. And then goaltending-wise, they have Ukko Pekka-Luukkonen. They got a good guy in net. And I guess defensively, I would like them to bring in someone else, maybe like a Shane Gostisbehere. I mean, I think Jacob Chychrun, he'd be good for any team, but I don't think they need him. I think one more scoring defenseman is kind of what they need right now. So like a Shane Gostisbehere. Wouldn't it be crazy if they could bring in Erik Karlsson? I mean, they could with the budget. Erik Karlsson, just an idea out there. Another goal-scoring defenseman who can make points. Imagine him and Tage Thompson passing the puck on the power play. I mean, that might be the best power play of all of hockey, especially something that's special teams, such an important thing when it comes to the playoffs. So for the Buffalo Sabres, I think they need to go in. I think they should put their chips in, go in for a rental, or maybe not a rental. For a guy like Patrick Kane is a rental, but Timo Meier or Larkin, bring them on, see how type of success they can have and how bright the future is there in Buffalo, and re-sign them. You have the cap space. They're not young, but they're still in their prime, and they're going to be there for a while. I think that'd be a brilliant move. Absolutely amazing move for the Buffalo Sabres, and I think they'd be kind of stupid not to do something like that. They're already so exciting. Bring more attention to them. Their jerseys are beautiful. Everyone wants you guys to win. And could you imagine they make it into that wild card spot and they play their first matchup? Let's say, I guess at this point they play against the Devils or the Bruins, and I guess maybe the Hurricanes could slide into there potentially, but probably one of those teams. Could you imagine, let's just say Buffalo plays against the Hurricanes, right? Or not even the Devils. Let's say they face off one of the Metro teams, right? They go in there, Tage Thompson versus Jack Hughes. I mean, that would be a huge rivalry right there, right? I mean, the big guy versus kind of, I don't want to say shorter, well, he is shorter, but the smaller, more like, whatever, you know what I'm trying to say. That instant rivalry right there, I think Buffalo would explode going on against one of those teams in the Hurricanes, one of these super dog guys against the underdog who fought their way to get into the playoffs unknowingly after so many years. And the first time they got into the playoffs in, a decade now? So I think they should totally go in. This is the season to do it. If you want to cash in on that marketing right now, that would be huge. I mean, in fact, like someone like me, I don't have that many jerseys, right? I just don't. And I would buy if the Buffalo Sabres make it to the playoffs, I will buy a Tage Thompson jersey. And you're going to make money just like that, Buffalo, off of guys like me who actually is excited for a team for once. So that is all I have to say, is they need to go all in, get 2 big free agents. You don't have to worry about your draft picks. You've got a few of this season in the second round. Trade some things away, because that future's already right now. Bringing a guy like Meier, you're bringing in a guy for a draft pick, re-sign him. I think that was a good use of a draft pick right there. So that is all I have to say about the Buffalo Sabres and what they need to do. So make sure if you like this video, go down below and hit the red subscribe button. If you liked it, leave a like, not a dislike, but go down below to the comment section and tell me how stupid I am. Yes, I know, I'm so stupid. Why the hell would Buffalo do that and jeopardize their future and do something stupid like that just to get embarrassed and not make the playoffs? That would be so dumb. I'm so stupid, right? So tell me that down below, and until next time, I have been your not anything dressed host, Owen, too sweet, and I hope you're having an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.